cover this week, the system, quote unquote, okay, the system. Pressure passing 101, this is the flow that I like the most, and really it's hyper effective. And one thing you'll notice if you roll with me much, you'll see me switching in and out of passing sequences and passing styles, depending on how you're playing the game. I'll either rope into some speed-based passing, or floating, or some sort of pressure-based game. I'm really starting to focus on the pressure-based games. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. It's something that I've always had the ability to do, but really never kind of wanted to put it into my game. As I get older, it seems like I don't move as well as I used to could, so this has actually been working out really well for me. It's been intriguing, and I've been having a great time with it, so we're going to continue to focus on it. So those of you guys who are a little more slanted toward size and strength versus speed and athleticism, you're going to find that this is really a fun style of passing for you. And when we get into the floating stuff, you're probably going to hate it a little bit more. So enjoy your time now, because when we jump into the other end of it, you're really going to probably not like it as much as some of the other guys are like or dislike it right now. So yeah, we're going to do them back to back. So come in here real quick. So first thing we're talking about, obviously you know the kill position. I'm going to briefly go back over this kill position. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it, but this is kind of mission control. This is where I'm trying to get now. You'll hear it referred to here as kill, and if we invert the situation, and we're talking about it from a guard position, can anybody tell me what we call this? Right here. Twin tower position, verticals, two verticals, okay? That's what we call this. So we're on the top side getting the kill position. If we're on bottom side using it offensively for a guard structure, we're going to call it twin towers. So for here, I'm looking to get this kill, and the reason that we've played so much in the past on this pinch the knee and drop your butt type thing is because of this position right here. The reason that this works so well is because we're not really affording them the opportunity to work a really solid De La Riva guard from here, because when we drop our weight in here and we start driving our weight inside, what we're doing is we're compressing the guard. The only thing to remember right here to be an effective passer, and I promise you, if you get this down this week, you're going to start seeing some immense changes in your passing ability, is to focus on compressing the guard. That's really the first thing we're trying to do here. Don't get caught up with the head down, head up thing. I'll explain that a little bit later when I start talking about pressure passing and using and driving your head. Right now, we're talking about this kill position. We want our weight constantly moving forward, okay? Compressing that guard up, balling him up as best we possibly can. And then we're looking to work toward a collar, and we're going to establish knee to elbow, all right? Keys, knee to elbow is going to be a constant theme that you're hearing as we move through the rest of this week, that as well as cross-face underhook, okay? First objective, after the kill, constantly looking for punching that cross-face and punching the underhook so that we can start to work through. We're trying to get to half guard. That's our default. This is a modified half guard. So when we step out here and we penetrate inside of all of this, now we're in a vertical half guard, okay? Whether you see it or not, that's the reality of where we're at. We're not functioning out here at the end of his guard. Being out here is the effective zone for most guard players. If they can keep you at range and they can start working between the knee and the foot, this is where they're effective with their guard. The minute that we kill this foot and step in and we pinch it, he can no longer retract it out. He doesn't get it back, okay? He's now able to really only operate with one elevator, and this one is the only one that he can be even remotely effective with at this particular point, okay? Key here. When I told you we get to the kill position, we want to establish elbows to knees on both sides, fairly immediate, okay? You're going to see me talk about multiple grips. One grip is going to be over the knee and at the belt. The other one is going to be at the collar, okay? So the first pass that we're going to work here is just our most basic pass, just called a fold pass, and this is probably the most effective one. It's a flash pass, and I would say that this pass is more like a jab. You're not going to expose a lot going for it. So when we get in here and we get to the kill position, we've got that nice knee to elbow control, and what we're trying to do here is lock our chest against the top side of the knee so that if he does establish a collar control, which he inevitably probably will, and he starts pulling me down, he's pulling me against his what? Knee. Against his knee. Okay, now, these controls are going to function both ways. So if he starts to push me away, I'm pulling. If he starts to pull me down, I'm posting. Okay, so I'm able to kind of go both ways, but notice that my elbows stay relatively locked to my knee at all times. Even if I'm pushing down, my elbows are pretty close to my knees. If I start to pull back because he's elevating, my hands are just pretty much sliding here to here, okay? So first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna get comfortable with this position because, man, this is where everything starts. When you get comfortable using this, the passing game becomes dynamite, okay? Compress the guard, get to that collar grip, drive the chest into the leg, allow the connection to slide back and forth. Don't do this. So now we're gonna start, partner's gonna try to elevate with that one elevation, okay? Boom. Pushing, pulling back and forth, and I can constantly drive and adjust right here to control. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3. Now, call this the jab pass. Notice my elbow stays glued to my knees, and I'm allowed to slide. Okay? I'm allowed to slide. Okay? Now, the leg that's pinched is the one that's going to get pinned. Okay? So from here, I lock my elbow inside of my knee right here. Don't have it on the outside. Lock the elbow on the inside of your knee. Okay? This hand is going to come back. As soon as I step back and elongate his guard out just a tiny bit, I'm going to shove it across, and this elbow is now going to drop on top, and I'm just going to take a series of slide steps down the side. Okay? Now from here, we're in a weave position. I used to not like to do it so much, invert my grip off the backside, grab the belt. Elbow's going to go high, not here. Okay? Head is going to come down, switch my hips out, ball him up real good. Now we're going to work around the backside. Okay? Getting to my kill position, establish my knee to elbow grip. Get him to favor that side just a little bit. Okay? Sliding back some, pin. This position here, now I'm just going to slide my body down to the side. It's okay if you wind up here with this leg out. Just be careful to understand you don't want him catching it like a half guard, messing with you here. Okay, so as long as we're in here, invert my grip on the belt, slide, step back, move on. Fold, pin, and just slide down the line. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Slide step, the other being just the standard knee cut. So when I'm here, and I've gotten through, why would I go to my knee cut? Well, several reasons. You see what he was doing right here? What was he doing? Cheating is what he was doing. Because watch, when I try to fold, watch what happens. Right? He's putting a brace over here so I can't fold, and you will see that. What'll happen is you get to this kill position, really wise guys, instead of trying to mess with the posture or elevate because they know you're squatted and you're vertical, they're going to put braces on either side. They're going to deploy braces. And they may do it with both. Consequently, when he's playing around with this, I put both out to where he can't just fold me either way and I'm going to stay perfectly vertical, right? So I go here and I'm trying to fold this direction, and I mean all of it, I can't do it because the elbow is blocked. If I start to try to go into my knee cut, he deploys this one. And I'm stuck right down the middle, okay? You're not allowed to do that. That's cheating right now. I'm just giving you the defense of the whole damn guard system, so don't act like an idiot. Don't be a jerk. Let your buddy work it. Just gave you the key on how to beat the whole thing. Basically, at this point, we'd have to go into the floating system, which is not till next week, okay? So don't do it. Yeah, we can do some other stuff. I'll show you. So from here, trying to cut across and fold, he deploys that on that side. Or something happens and I just can't get it locked up this way, okay? Maybe pushing away. A lot of times you get trying to feed this foot in on the inside and he's gonna post it right here. You're gonna get a lot on the shoulder, some other things. Here, I'm gonna just deploy this down, boom. The key is that elbow goes to the knee, okay? Now, my biggest mistake I'm making here is in regards to my what? Somebody take a guess. What'd you say? Head. Yeah, my head's way too high, okay? If he can frame off of it, he can beat it. Way too high. So with this elbow locked at the knee, this is absolutely imperative that I have this block right in here. Elbow has to stay at the knee. If I flare this, this is where you get a knee shield, this is where you lose it all. Okay, not good. So once I get to here and I get this elbow down, notice I've got the collar control and I'm just gonna stay inside. I can drop this down for base anytime I need, okay? Anywhere I need it. All right, elbow stays inside. Now right here, I'm looking all the time for the what and the what. Cross facing the underhook, and I'm gonna shoot it aggressively. Okay, so right here, the first step to finishing is knowing when this is available, all right? Is it available right now? It is, but man, it's hard to get through there, but because my head is in the wrong place. If I drop my head and I start driving, it becomes way more available. Punch it, slide through, and there you go. Okay, we'll talk about the other part here in a minute. Here we go, 1, 2, 3.